So before we go, start talking about agile leadership in particular, let's set up some context around why we need agility in the first place. So some of you who might be considering agile who have never considered agile before. So for that, let's look at this next slide. So what, if I were to pose the question, what do these companies on this slide have in common? I'm sure the answer would be, oops, they no longer exist today. But they also, at one point in time, were in their heyday. These were companies that were universally admired, that were doing really well. You probably recognize every single one of them. So what happened? This challenge with the lifespan of a company seems to be a recurring pattern these days. This is a similar story that many companies, and we see this trend of the lifespan of a company on the S&P 500 has gone from 61 years in 1958 to a mere 15 years today. Kodak, one of the companies featured here, was the first company that I worked for out of college. And it has become a case study for what can happen with the digital disruption. Sadly, this company that brought us the Kodak moment was dropped from the S&P 500 in 2010. So is this just our new reality? Should we just assume that a company's end is inevitable? For that, let's look at this next slide. So if we look at this set of companies, we see that they're thriving. And while some of them are younger than others, we have Barclays Bank that has been around since the 1600s, Chase since the 1700s, PepsiCo since the 1800s. Hard to imagine, but Apple has been around for 40 years, Amazon for 23 years. So there's something that these companies are doing to stay relevant. They're exhibiting agility and are constantly upping their game, innovating and staying current. Because you know what? They're fully aware of what would happen if they didn't do that. This. Two guys or gals with an internet connection, a novel idea, can literally disrupt entire industries. There's even a term for it now. Apparently, you can call it Uberize. But unfortunately, even Uber is not exempt from being Uberized with some of the recent things that have happened for that company. So our organizations are posed with many challenges, and we have to be able to develop agility or expect to be disrupted. So here's another poll. What are the top challenges